Hey, good morning, afternoon. What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Hello. So listen, every time I plan to do one thing, something else pops up. You know how it goes. So now they're talking about Diddy's release. He he know when to have a party. Say what? Yeah, he know when he could schedule his party now. I know him happy. Let's go. I know I didn't give it time to get notifications, but I got stuff I gotta do. You know what I mean? So they have a federal prison release date has been set for Diddy. Hey, Max Boogie. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Precious, for the thumbs up. So, Diddy's federal prison release date is May the 8th, 2028. It is official. The federal prisons have put it down. It's in the system. If you go and do a research, pull up Sean Diddy Combs info, it has a prison. They said, ain't no party like a Diddy party, man. But that party is going to be May the 8th, 28. Say May the 8th, 28. Yeah, May the 8th. Yeah, 28. Our white party. Get your invitation now. RSVP early. Cause the party's going down. Woo, you have prime time, baby, to get that outfit together to party with the Diddy. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. It's set. It's the. Oh, you mad? Y'all told him he was gonna be set free before the weekend. Oh my God. Oh, I know he asked him for a refund from y'all. Give me back my money. I'm still May 8th, 2028. Do you know it's 2025? Y'all know they mad. They hot. They hot. But they planning though. It gives them time to have the best party. Oh wow, wow! Y'all need to see, baby. It's all over the place. It came out 24 hours ago. Where was I? I didn't get my invitation. Hold up. You didn't get yours either. Diddy prison release date, huh? Where is it? AunTeaFee, you play too much. I do. That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. May what? What? It says he's expected to be released from New York federal prison for prostitution related convictions. Is May 2028. I got the exact date. Oh, here it go. Combs was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months and 2 counts. There you go. He is slated to walk free. May 8th, 2028. Get your white gear together. Baby, you have enough time to save up your money, hunty, and get your flight ticket, get everything, your hotel Oh, you staying in the house? Y'all stay? Y'all? Oh, okay. Y'all gonna stay there? Oh, okay, okay. So he was arrested September 24, and he walks free. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. May the 8th, 2028. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, we got to be thankful because it could have been long. It could have been life. AunTeaFee, are you? Don't. Okay, well, let me give you the eyes this way. Well, what about the knife situation? I mean, what they gonna do about the knife? Oh, knife. Oh boy, tried to, huh? What? Okay, well, let's hear what old girl gotta say about that. You know, him and old Harvey Levin. You know, they got to make it sound good and look good and you know, lie to the people. You can sure tell they Trump friends here because they be lying to folk. Harvey, yeah, TMZ be all up in Diddy's buttocks. You know, they booty buddies. Well, you know, I know y'all go way back. But baby, I don't know what type of relationship Harvey has. I mean, him feelings, her feelings, the feelings be hurt. But let's hear what you gotta say about the knife situation. I mean, you know, you kind of act like Diddy should have known. I almost sound like you tried to warn. Let's just listen.
Have you talked to Sean since this reported knife incident in the prison?
Have you talked?
Well, I know that previously, and it was in the sentencing paperwork, that has happened, and he's in a...
So, you mean Charlinda was kind of lying on the cool. So you may see, this is why he's still up in there. He got these lying ass friends and attorneys and shit. So you mean to tell me that incident happened before? So it wasn't something new. He was bringing up something old that was already in the pre-sentencing paperwork. Oh, you lying to me. So he's a liar, pants on fire. Oh, okay. Well, that's, see, friends like Charlinda, yeah. He the reason why his ass still up in there making excuses for him and exaggerating and lying. So that was something that was in the pre-sentencing. So he wasn't just night to the, you know, to the recently, like Charlucci Linda was trying to say. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
I know that previously, and it was in the sentencing paperwork.
The word is previously in the pre-sentencing paperwork. We already knew about that prison toilet call. Did. Bring. Yeah, bring that ass him. Yeah. But which one is it? I'm going to say it again. Was he setting folk free? Was he giving them free Diddy game? Joining Crips and Bloods together as one. Was he in there doing the Lord's work? Or was there was to his neck? Make up y'all mind, y'all stories. But one thing is for sure. We got a date for the next Diddy party. We got a date for the next Diddy party. Yeah. He get out. Him coming home. For the folks that's just entering, him coming home. May the 8th, 2028. He walked in 2024. He coming out 2028. He got a few months of good time. Good behavior. Bringing people together. Giving up free game. He went in September. And he coming out in May. He got some months free. Where are the people that been in my comment section saying he coming home? He coming home. He gonna be where y'all at? I need y'all here. So AunTeaFee, yeah. So you went live just to poke fun that Diddy didn't come home like they said he would. Baby, if I went up into my hidden comments, it showed y'all all them Diddy coming home. What you gonna say when he at home this weekend? Oh, okay. Where y'all at? So whatever you got for this weekend, say that shit for May of 2028. Woo!
Previously, and it was in the sentencing paperwork that that has happened, and he's in a prison facility. These are the things that happens in a prison facility.
So it is the things that happen. Do y'all hear this? He know what happened in prison. It don't stop cause Diddy in there. I just read where Cardi B went in and talked to Ira. She went in there and blessed his day for some hours. She said she needed to know what not to do to wind up in prison. How did you go from where you were to where you are? He said he thought that being famous or fame made him untouchable. Diddy, hey Witty, wise Witty, and pretty. Diddy thought that his fame made him unknifeable. He thought his fame made him MC Hammer. Can't touch that. Can't touch that. Okay, let me stop. Y'all. Woo! Yeah, y'all knew. Diddy didn't know. But hey, R. Kelly, with his head hung down, talked to Cardi B. He said he thought the fame made him untouchable. Getting locked up made him realize that it was all a dream. Yeah, he getting out mysterious. Yeah. You going to the party? It's May the 8th, 2028. That weekend will be the first Diddy party upon release. May 8th, 2028. All them folk that took his money been lying in his ear, hyping him up, getting him all hopeful that he was getting out soon. My, oh my, oh my. I know he wish he could put something up to my girl Ghost Neck. How could y'all take all my money and leave me up in here? Y'all not taking all my phone calls, but you took all my money. Does he have to? Now that I don't know if I say he do. At one point, Mysterious, it said yes, he did. But it said also that in his recent paperwork conditions, it didn't say he had to register. Everybody else you check with them charges had to register. I don't think they want to hit Diddy with that just yet. I don't think Diddy could handle hearing he has to register. But I think Diddy has to register as a sex offender. But they ain't talking. But you know what, Mysterious? Let me go back and check. I checked before. Let me check again. It did not say it. I don't think so. Absent any charge. The circumstance of Combs is slated to walk free on May the 8th, 2028. Record show. He has been in federal custody since his arrest in September 24. The 28 reflect time served as well as the Bureau of Prison First Step Act, which allows federal inmates to earn good time credit. Yep, that's for each year he is sent, potentially leading to serving 85% of his time. Hold on, let me keep reading. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay. Let me let y'all see this so I won't. Where it says Combs could be let out sooner if he were to be commuted by President Trump, though a White House official has said the president is not considering it. Trump confirmed earlier that this month that Combs had requested a pardon. Now he letting out folks that's gonna help him steal. See that last guy is that crypto CEO, that crypto. They need him out again, cause it's bankers names are in them files. See, yeah, it's some bankers. Yeah. See, y'all do know the Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, and Chase is getting sued because they were supposed to see this money that was being deposited into Epstein files. Just like millions and billions is still, I mean, he still has his account. Didn't nobody get no trust or no will or nothing from Epstein. Y'all didn't know that? Days before he was let free or moved to Israel, wherever he at, days before, he did a little switcheroo. His money is still coming. His money is still being deposited. Epstein's still getting paid through the banks. right? That's helping Trump. Understand? Yeah, he's still getting paid over there in Israel. Yeah. So them bankers, he letting go them crypto people that's gonna help them transfer for this paper because they trying to make paper worthless. You understand? Yeah, so they can get that crypto. Yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, no. Yeah. So I don't see, it's not saying the book. I've Googled it before, mysterious, and it said yes, he would have to. Then maybe 2 months later, it changed and said that the judge had not put that in the order. I think he knows that he has to, and I think it was just too much for him to bear. Let me get back to here with this man saying, like he done already told Diddy all these things, and that I don't know why they had him hopeful that he wasn't gonna have to go to prison.
Previously, and it was in the sentencing.
So about that knife, let's be clear, that knife situation, that happened some time ago. It wasn't anything recent. Charlucci was lying. You're welcome, Mysterious.
In the prison?
Well, I know that previously, and it was in the sentencing paperwork that that has happened, and he's in a prison facility. These are the things that happens in a prison facility. I might push back just a wee bit on the setup for this, and that for those who think that this was purposefully leaked in order to curry favor or anything else, that's
Absolutely.
not within Sean's wheelhouse, so to speak. So
It may not, I mean, come on, man. Now, one of your people leaked that information to try to entice Trump to let him out that he was being mistreated and mishandled. But like obviously Trump told you, that's what happens in prison. It happens to everybody. And if y'all don't get y'all act together, including Trump, that's what's going to be happening to him. Let's go. Yeah, but you absolutely leaked it.
leaked in order to curry favor or anything else. That's not within Sean's wheelhouse, so to speak. So I think if there is any kind of a pardon or commutation in the works, I think it's probably more a product of the president understanding that Sean, like the president, they both share, or it resonates that New York prosecutors came after him and weaponized the legal system, and that's Sean has now been through it, just as President Trump has been through it. So there is I don't want to call it a kumbaya, but there's certainly a resonance or a similarity.
Look at it. All at parties with kids there. Yeah, now leave him in there, y'all. Leave his ass in there. He ain't learned no lesson. He ready to have a party with kids there. Oh, hell no. Hell to the no, no, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He ain't humble.
That's Sean has now been through it, just as President Trump has been through it. So there is I don't want to call it a kumbaya, but there's certainly a resonance or a similarity between the two.
President Trump, as we just played, said that Sean Combs had reached out to him. Do you know how that happened? Did he write a letter? Did somebody place a call for him? How did that happen?
I know that it did. I'm not going to betray exactly how, but I know that there has been that communication, and I know that obviously Sean would welcome
You're welcome, Mysterious. Thank you.
That's no secret. I know that it did. I'm not going to betray exactly how, but I know. I know that it did. I'm not going to betray exactly how, but I know that there has been that communication, and I know that obviously Sean would welcome a commutation or a pardon. That's no secret. I saw today with great interest that there was another person who the president commuted his sentence because of
Right, a Bitcoin
what he
person
considered.
who pled guilty.
Yeah, correct. And got sentenced, and president thought it was an overreach. If that was an overreach, and I forget the exact sentence, but I think it pales in comparison to Sean's. And remember, one of the things that is irksome, if you will, about Sean's, and I call him Sean, the president calls him Puff Daddy. I call him Sean as long as I've known him. One of the things that is somewhat irksome is that the government took a swing, a big swing at him, and basically tried to get him into take his entire fortune and net worth and the rest of his life, and they lost. And I think that the 50-month sentence was punitive, if you will. I think, if anything, he should have gotten some consideration for the fact that he took the gamble, he risked it, he went to trial, and basically beat all the mandatory life sentences and beat the mandatory divestiture of all of his assets.
You told TMZ in an interview that you think Sean is going to make the comeback, the likes of which people are not expecting. How is that possible? I mean, there has been an extraordinary amount of dirty laundry, let's just put it that way, displayed in this trial. Things that Sean Combs himself felt that he needed to apologize for when he was given a chance to address the judge.
I've been around one or two or three people who have been counted out, who I've defended over the last, I don't know, 40 some odd years. I will tell you, if you just think back 6 months, Elizabeth, I think anybody who would tell you 6 months ago, I remember my daughter Tenny going on and saying publicly that the media
May
got
the
it
8th,
wrong before the trial ever took place.
2028.
All of the kinds of wild rumors, all of the kind of conspiracy theories.
Everything that Harvey Levin
I
and
don't think there was anyone
the
who
angry
thought he
men
would be where he
said
sits today, which is not guilty
didn't
on
work.
RICO, not guilty on sex trafficking, not guilty on another sex trafficking.
Right.
I've seen Sean overcome, I think, obstacles, maybe not.
No. Now, as far as Trump's health goes, he said no. Oh, I know Harvey Levin. Ain't no telling what he gonna come out saying today. You know, he takes it personal. He takes it personal. What did he say about a reject? Hold on. Feds project prison release date. Yeah. So they coming in. Oh, I know they feel embarrassed. Oh, I know they hot. Hot. TMZ is hot that they had to put it out there. Yeah. So all of that, White House said no. He said, yes, we sticking by it. We sticking by it. Oh, I know Diddy is swinging mad at them. A man sitting in prison, he all hopeful, trusting and believing in y'all white folk. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You better listen to your people. We told you to sit back, make friends. I told you to get into the gym. Start lifting, getting your arms ready. You know, get your arms set up. What ticket say? Hold on, let's listen to ticket. You should have listened to me. I said get your arm up. Get your swing on. Get your punch on. Yeah, you up in here listening to Harvey Levin and Mark Gergos. Yeah. Oh, Tisa on it. Go.
Stuff going on surrounding Sean Diddy Combs and his freedom.
Freedom!
Surrounding a potential presidential pardon or commuting his sentence and and so today, right now, Sean Diddy Combs has just gotten news, if I'm not mistaken, of his actual release date, that he will be released from prison. Now, according to reports coming out of Vibe magazine this morning, and out of Vibe newspaper today, right now, Sean Diddy Combs has just gotten news, if I'm not mistaken, of his actual release date, that he will be released from prison. Now, according to reports coming out of Vibe magazine this morning, and out of Vibe newspaper and many newspapers, Sean Diddy Combs, his release date has now.
Hold on. Y'all know I gotta listen to Tisa. She laughed.
Actually know it. The point of all this is to say.
Shout out to Tisa Tells. Shout out to Ticket.
Ticket TV. I believe he broke this story. I actually went over to his channel. Pretty good. It's nice to see a black man actually defending black women with all his chest.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to listen to
never
it.
said anything, talk shit about me. Because if he did, I take it all back. But, shout out to Ticket TV for breaking this story on YouTube. Okay.
Ticket didn't break it, but go ahead.
Has been set, I believe it is May of 2028, right? So Diddy has about, I don't know what,
Hey, Mimi.
83 days left of bologna and cheese sandwiches. He has 2,083 days left of having to eat the chicken oodles and noodles. He has a lot of stuff coming. However, one of the things that a lot of people are finding so offensive is the fact that Diddy thinks that here's the thing, and Ticket TV brought this up. There's a part.
Do I need to listen to Ticket? Maybe I need to listen to Ticket first. I need to listen to Ticket first because she repeating Ticket, and I was already hadn't.
There's been a lot of talk surrounding a potential presidential pardon or commuting his sentence.
Shout out to Tisa.
And so today, right now, Sean Diddy Combs has just gotten news, if I'm not mistaken, of his actual release date, that he will be released from prison. Now, according to reports coming out of Vibe magazine this morning, and out of Vibe newspaper and many newspapers, Sean Diddy Combs, his release date has now been set. His release date will be May the 8th, 2028. According to Complex, records from the Bureaus of Prisons list Combs' current release date as May the 8th, 2028. Now, that date could mark roughly 3 years and 7 months since his arrest in New York in September 2024. Now, I'm going to say this. They're saying that he could get a little bit of that time shaved off for good behavior and stuff like that.
That was already shaved off.
His official release date. His official release date is May the 8th, 2028. And so there was rumor that Trump would pardon him last week. First it was 48 hours, then it was the end of the week. Shout out to my boy Bully the Bully in the building. Salute, homie. Salute to you, my chief. First it was 48 hours, then it was the end of the week. And now some people are saying that they think it's going to be this week. I've told you guys, me personally, with Trump, I think it's 50-50. I don't know what Trump is going, how he's going to figure this thing out, or what he's going to do.
How can he make money off of it?
This commercial.
I thought it was 50-50, but now they're saying that the actual release date is out now. So they're saying the actual release date is May the 8th, 2028. We're almost into 2026 right now. People got to remember that. That time is going to go by fast.
Yeah.
That time is going to go by fast. You know what I'm saying? The time is going by fast. Years are going by fast. So, they're expecting Diddy to hit the streets on May the 8th, 2028, maybe a little bit sooner than that, from this day to day. But that's what they have on file right now at the Bureau of Prisons.
It said it's including what I read. Hold on. Let's be clear. From he's reading where he got his sources from is different from the one I read. The one I read said from September 2024 to that May 8th, 2028 is including those months. about 6 months of good behavior. So it's not going to take any more off. Only thing now, if he is pardoned.
Saying. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I think the Trump thing is 50-50. You know what I mean? Is what I think. I think that it's up in the air because you never know, what Trump is going to do, man. Nobody knows what that dude's going to do except for him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, as far as other situations, then he has other situations going on he's got to worry about right now. So, I don't know how that's going to affect some things. I've heard a couple things. You had the one guy come out and say in the interview he alleged that Diddy, did some things to him. Rihanna's ex-publicist came out, said he has contacted and called the police to file police report in California against Diddy. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But he said that he's trying to contact different legal agencies and stuff like that. I don't know, man. But right now it seems like, you know, uh, Diddy's going to be down at least until that release date. So for you guys who don't know, Vibe has just put out the report for Diddy's predicted release date. His predicted release date is May the 8th, 2028, according to the records from the Bureau of Prisons. That is what's been listed from the record of the Bureau of Prisons. So that time is going to go by fast. Like I said, it's like, if you think about it right now, that's like 2.5 years from now. That time is going to go by quick, speedy, fast. You know what I mean? So, y'all definitely let me know what y'all think, man. Salute to everybody that's tapped on in. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this. To the person who says he'll leave the U.S. and never return, that can't happen. Remember, he's on probation for 5 years after he exits. So when he leaves, he's on probation for 5 years. He can't go anywhere. He has to report to his officer. So he's not going to be able to just get up and walk away. Remember, he's going to be on probation for 5 years after he get out. He has strict probation terms. I think people forgetting that too. You know what I'm saying? I think people forgetting the probation. I saw somebody in the comments say, "Oh, he gonna get up and just leave." How is it? So, you know, yeah. But you guys definitely let me know what y'all think. I know some people, I've seen some people talking crazy about the Trump stuff. But like I told y'all, with me personally, I'm going to say it again. I think the Trump stuff is 50-50. And I'm just be honest with y'all, man. I think it's 50-50. You know? I think it's 50-50 with Trump. You just never know with Trump, man. You never know what Trump going to do, how he going to do. Trump could wake up tomorrow and feel some way. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You know? So, here's the difference between a pardon and a commute. If Trump commutes Diddy's sentence, his charges still remain on his record. If Trump pardons Diddy, he's free of all the charges. Trump can wipe Diddy's record clean. But Trump wasn't talking about that. They were talking about commuting Diddy's sentence, meaning that his charges would stay. Diddy wants a full pardon. He wants the charges off. He wants a full pardon. He wants those charges off. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference right there. So, you guys definitely let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all feel. Again, to everybody who's thinking that it's just over with, Trump might not never do nothing, man, as long as Trump in office, it's 50-50 of when he can do something or when he may not do something. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just up in the air. You never know until the time is up. So, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all feel about this. The release date again is May the 8th, 2028 is the release date. That's in the Bureau of Prisons records. Is when they're listing his release date officially. So y'all let me know what y'all feel. Like, share, subscribe. That time is going to fly by fast. Watch, we're going to turn around. It's going to be 2028. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We're gone.
He got
Hey, I really
duped.
appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like,
He
say,
got
oh, you going to
duped
get up and just
again.
leave? How is it? So, you know, yeah. Um, but you guys definitely let me know what y'all think. I know some people, I seen some people talking crazy about the Trump stuff?
Let me-
The records from the Bureau of Prisons. That is what's been listed from the records of the Bureau of Prisons. So that time is gonna go by fast. Like I said, it's,
Everybody
right now,
Trump
like
is pardoning, he can benefit from them right now with the schemes and stuff that he got going on. Trump has already tried to incorporate Diddy a long time ago when he got out of trouble with that shooting in New York. That's when he tried to bring him in on that human trafficking sex stuff. They sat down and had a meeting. I showed that to the T-Sippers. Diddy tried to, on the cool, threaten, blackmail, because that's what they do. Trump. And it backfired on it.
2.5 years from now, that time is gonna go by.
He ain't got no money.
Fast. You know what I mean? So
they have since did a raid on Diddy, ain't they?
Salute to everybody that's tapped on in. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this. To the person who says he'll leave the U.S. and never return, that can't happen. Remember, he's on probation for 5 years after he exits. So when he leaves, he's on probation for 5 years. He can't go anywhere. He has to report to his officer. So
that's why I said that weekend he'll be partying.
Remember, he's going to be on probation for 5 years after he get out. He has strict probation terms. I think people forgetting that too.
They didn't say house arrest, so I mean halfway house.
Probation. I saw somebody comment and say, "Oh, you gonna get up and just leave?" How is it? So, you know, yeah. But you guys definitely let me know what y'all think. I know some people, I think some people talking crazy about the Trump stuff, but like I told y'all, with the first thing, I'm gonna say it again. I think the Trump stuff is 50-50, and I'm just being honest with y'all, man. It's 50-50. You know, I think it's 50-50 with Trump. You just never know with Trump, man.
That's true. Let's get to that's true. But let's get to his health. Hold on. Oh, we don't even talk about that one. Melania, they got so much trouble going on. Now they getting sued. They can't worry about Diddy. Not right now. Not in Melania, hoism. Not everybody find out that she was with Epstein before she was with Trump. They ain't got time to fool with Diddy.
Donald Trump's cognitive decline continues to get worse. And as I've always said, we need to look at every single thing that Donald Trump does as a symptom of his mental decline. Whether it's his, confusing which countries that he's ending wars with, or his inability to remember people's names, or just his weird, nonsensical rants on Truth Social, if we look at it under the lens of those being symptoms, then it's pretty much crystal clear that this man has dementia. And by the way, that is no longer just my opinion. That's actually the opinion of noted psychologist Dr. John Gartner, an individual who I have quoted plenty of times on this channel here. But Dr. John Gartner recently said in an interview that Donald Trump is exhibiting clear signs of dementia. Like, we are beyond just regular cognitive decline related to aging. We're in dementia territory. And Gartner did exactly what I've done, and that is you look at everything as a symptom, and it matches up with the symptoms of dementia, which I have, sat here and read out in the past as well. But here is just a little bit of what Gartner had to say. First and foremost, he says, let's go back to Trump's, 2 weeks ago talking to the generals. And he goes off on a weird tangent about beautiful paper and how everybody loves his signature. And Gartner says, because of his cognitive decline, Trump is focusing on things like the White House ballroom and the paper that he writes things on. We're seeing a stone skipping along the water. He's going from one association to another, but it doesn't make any linear sense. And he also talked about Donald Trump's, speech failures, the phonemic paraphasia. And here's what he said. People don't make those kinds of phonemic paraphasias if they're tired or if they're aging. It's something very specific that is linked to dementia and organic cognitive decline. Trump's clearly demented memory loss was evident when he forgot House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries' name just a day after meeting with him last month to discuss averting the shutdown. And I'll continue in just a second, but let's talk about that. Because a lot of people may think like, oh, okay, listen, everybody gets tongue-tied every now and then. Everybody forgets a name every now and then. You know, any parent will tell you, you're trying to call one kid and then you end up, you're skipping through all your kids' names, the dog's names, the cat's names before you finally get the kid. Happens to all of us, right? Gartner says that's not what's happening with Trump, right? He forgot the year in which he was inaugurated. Let's not forget that. He's forgotten important dates. He's confusing all of these names and the names of countries, the names of people. He's inventing people, right? Christy Whitman or Christy Whitmer, or talking about Nancy Pelosi when he's actually trying to talk about Nikki Haley. So he's screwing this up in a way that Gartner says, no. This is too common now. This is now just a part of who he is. And he adds this. He says, talking about, he couldn't remember Hakeem Jeffries' name because Trump said, the very, very nice gentleman who I didn't really know, you know who I'm talking about. And Gartner said this. This is like when you go to visit your mother in the nursing home and you bring your sister and she goes, who's that nice lady that you brought with you? I mean, it's that level of non-recognition that we're talking about. And again, I will speak from personal experience. My grandmother, who does have dementia, that's the same thing. It has not happened with me and my wife, thank God. I've always been her favorite. Let's be honest. If any family members are watching this, y'all know I've always been the favorite. But I do have other relatives that will go over there, and she'll recognize one of them and be like, "And who are you?" It's like, well, that's they've been married for 45 years. You know
Well, I've
them.
heard him say somebody's name, and
And
we
also
looking
just
for
about
him,
the
and they be right
fixation
in
Trump
front of
has,
him.
like on the beautiful paper, I love the paper, it's such great paper, which he did say. Again, that is something you see. Like, she'll be sitting there like, I like this glass. This is a really great glass. When did we get this glass? Isn't this a great glass? It's so convenient. And those are things that have happened. And again, when you see it in people with dementia, but then you see it in Trump who doesn't have dementia, no, you recognize the symptoms.
Right.
Like, I'm not sitting here doing this segment.
Hold on, it's others, but I just sent myself something to answer a mysterious. I know I had seen it before. Ooh, they did you a doozy, baby. Shout out to the judge. He said he wasn't gonna play, and y'all wasn't gonna play with him, and he meant that. Hold on. Oh Lord. So I told y'all some time ago that Diddy had to register. And I think I also told y'all that it had been said that his attorneys had to register him right after his conviction. And it is being said that he is on the register list. He is already on the register list. That's what they said, Fred. That's what they said. So if Mysterious is still here, excuse me, Black Cosmo, Diddy, a registered sex ex offender after Mann Act. And it is said that his attorneys registered him for it. They did his first registration right after he was arrested. And it is saying that he is on the registry. Diddy's lawyers registered him as a ex offender. Oh, my battery is very low. Hold on. Hold on. So there you go. I guess when I have time, I can go out. You know, I don't like going on lists like that. But he is allegedly supposed to be already registered on the sex registry. Okay? So I hope Mysterious is still here so she can see that his attorneys has registered him as a sex offender. Okay, y'all? Okay, so let me get back to where I was with Trump, and then only for a few minutes, and then I gotta go. Hold on. So yes, it says the official registration paperwork was filed on Friday. So when this was out. So yes, Diddy is a registered sex offender. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my, do he know?
All right, we got some big breaking news. First off, I'm back from Provincetown in DC for the day, and then I will be going away to LA for a week. There's a clip of Donald Trump walking down the stairs that is very interesting and says a lot, according to his doctor. Let's get to this first, though. Before we get to this clip, you let me. Doctor is now out. Allowed. It's not allowed. I'm going to say it. Not allowed, bitch. You're not allowed to run for a third term. We're getting into more about that. And a doctor is now out talking about. There's a clip of Donald Trump walking down the stairs that is very interesting and says a lot, according to his doctor. Let's get to this first, though. Before we get to this clip, you let me know, how much do things cost now? Are they more or are they less? In Donald Trump's world, the billionaire buddies, him and himself, or his billionaire buddies and himself, think that prices are down.
He's just a habitual liar.
Well, we'll see. We're going to take care of. Look, we're going to take care of our ranchers one way. That we have two situations. The ranchers for 35 years have done very poorly. The cattle people, they've done very, very poorly, and now they're doing well, but the price is up. So what I can see happening is we're going to take some beef because I have to get the price down. I want to get most prices are down. If you look at energy and all I have things down, but beef is high. And the cattle ranchers are doing good. They backed me from day one. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that they don't get hurt, but we have to also make sure that I get the prices down. I want to get the prices down like I did with eggs, like I did with lots of others. We had a couple of them where when I first took over, eggs were double and quadruple what they were. That was Biden's fault. A lot of this is Biden's fault too. And
what is ever his fault?
The price of beef down.
All right, so what he's saying there is that he's going to get the price of beef down by importing it from other countries. How is that America first? Instead of figuring out a way that we can get beef down by, I don't know, making more at home, he's instead just going to import it. And that's going to actually hurt our farmers. And what he's probably going to do is what he's done before, which he's just going to throw money at them from the government,
Hey, Big
which is
Pink.
socialism.
Hey, Willie.
And I guess that's
Hey,
totally fine. Now,
Tia.
Donald Trump was also asked about this third term. I'm going to tell you why
Ooh,
I
I
hate
was
this.
waiting.
But
Ooh, I
first,
was
clip.
so waiting for Lisa to post. I knew she was going to do that. And I was waiting to be able to remove her permanently. I knew that you was going to take the bait.
Well, I haven't really thought about it. We have some very good people, as you know. But I have the best poll numbers
I knew
I've
she was
ever
going
had.
to take the bait.
Not true. Not true. Donald Trump's at like 35%.
I mean, I just solved 8 wars and a 9th is coming. I believe Russia, Ukraine will happen. But we just did, we just left, and when you look at the treaty we just did, that was a war that was thousands of people were already shot at the border. And when you look at what we just did, it was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. We got a lot of good credit, and I really have to thank Malaysia for that because they're really the prime minister and everybody really helped.
All right, well, I guess he just goes on there to talk about things that aren't true, but he did say here that I really haven't thought about it, which we know is not true. We know that's probably all he thinks about is how he can stay in power longer. And he said that he said, I'd love to do it, at the best poll numbers ever. And then look at what he said.
They are good people. Well, we have great people. Well, I don't have to get into that, but we have one of them standing right here. We have JD, obviously. The vice president is great. I think Marco's great. I think, I'm not sure if anybody would run against us. I think if they ever formed a group, it would be unstoppable. I really do. I believe that. I would love to do it. And I have my best numbers ever. It's very terrible. I have my best numbers. If you read it, am I not ruling it out? I mean, you'll have to tell me. All I can tell you is that we have a great group of people, which they don't. They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have
wow.
AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test.
Yeah, everything that's about himself, he puts on others.
Those are very hard. They're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump. I don't think Jasmine. The first couple of questions are easy: a tiger, an elephant, a giraffe.
All right, and then there's one more clip of Donald Trump being told by a reporter one theory in which he could get a third term. When I listen to these, it sounds like he's trolling. That's what it sounds like. But of course, he has the Trump 2028 hats. He didn't leave office last time. I mean, I kind of feel like the best predictor of how someone's going to act in the future is how they acted in the past. And this guy did not leave office. So I also feel like, of course, Donald Trump is going to try to stay in power any way he can. Now, we have a thing called a Constitution. I tend to believe that still matters. I believe it still matters. So I think Donald Trump is on his way. He's playing chicken with the wall. And if you know what chicken is, chicken's when you have two cars that are driving towards each other and eventually you're hoping one turns out of the way because they get too scared about what's coming. I think Donald Trump is playing chicken with the wall because the Constitution is very clear on this.
And I think Steve O'Bannon tried to help him find it a long time ago.
The United States military is completely capable of removing intruders, which he would be when he's not elected for a third term and he's still in the White House. Okay? Now, here's one way, I guess, that Donald Trump could do a third term legally, I guess.
One theory on how you might try to serve a third term is that you could run as the vice president.
Yeah, I'd be allowed to do that.
Is it the White House or the White House counsel to your legal position?
No, you'd be allowed to do that, but I wouldn't do that. I think it's too cute. Yeah, I wouldn't rule that out because it's too cute. I think the people wouldn't like that. It's too cute. It's not, it wouldn't be right.
Interesting how he'll rule that out, but he won't rule out just running for a third term, right? Right. So let's keep watching this. I wish that reporters would stop making it seem like it's something he can do, because he can't. And I had...
There is a loophole.
There it is. They keep polling Trump in 2028. This is in Alaska. Why are they polling him?
Because he's going to
run.
Yes, he can.
Why are reporters asking if he will?
Well, it's not
They should
running.
be asking,
It's
why are you telling
continuing
your
if there's
supporters
a
something
war.
that isn't true? You cannot run for a third term. Why are there Trump 2028 hats when you're incapable of running for a third term? And why are we polling him? Now, I want to get on to the next bit, which is that Donald Trump when he was talking about running for a third term, he accidentally slipped up and admitted he got an MRI. A little bit about what that means after the...
Get an MRI? Can you tell us what
I got an MRI. It was perfect. Yeah. I mean, I gave you the full results. We had an MRI, and in the machine, the whole thing, and it was perfect. Yeah.
Can you say what in particular?
You could ask the doctors. In fact, we have doctors traveling with us, but I think they gave you a very good...
He got doctors with him right now.
Nobody has ever given you reports like I give you. And if I didn't think it was going to be good, either I would let you know negatively, I wouldn't run, I'd do something, but the doctor said some of the best reports for the age, some of the best reports they've ever seen.
One theory.
And notice there, he said, I wouldn't run if he was not in good health. So there's something going on, but this MRI thing, I think we need to double click on. Because one, here's a mental health provider who said, we all know Trump is sliding rapidly into dementia. Have you seen recently where he's appearing at events with handlers that he looks like to answer basic questions that he can't understand, like Bondi having to field does the
I've seen that. Like, what is it? Do you understand what?
His brain is cooked.
I've seen that.
He went on to show that him walking down the stairs is proof that he's fallen and he's had a left hemisphere stroke, or TIA, he says. His right side is toast. Those are the actions of a man who fears gravity. And as you can see here, he's very careful in the way that he walks down the stairs. Very careful. The right side.
I am
not
too.
Really having a lot of movement, is it? Okay, and I also want to say that my friend Emily has gotten 5 MRIs, she says here, in the past year. 3 for possible strokes and 2 for a possible brain tumor, just saying. Yeah, MRIs aren't something you get if everything is A-okay.
Right.
You get an MRI when you're looking for something, when there's a reason to look. Doctors don't do that sort of stuff they don't do it proactively. Doctors look when they are trying to figure out what's causing something.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know what it could be. I think it's interesting that he didn't tell us this until he accidentally slipped up and admitted it. That was not in the original report we got on his trip to Walter Reed. So we're going to keep following this.
Okay, yeah, I'll be back.
Follow with me. If you like this video, please
I don't
like.
have hatred for anyone, but I truly dislike this man. Oh, yeah, I do too. I think if there is, because he's intentional with his spite. He's just an intentional type of guy. What Melania Trump made? What? Hold on. I don't want to make this long. He has sinister plans. Yeah, for to steal the election. I saw that. Trump maybe. If he hiding, he under that bunker. But why would he be hiding?
Here's something most drivers don't know: the older your car,
y'all please hit the like button.
Should be.
Michael, why don't you tell us what you've been doing.
I suppose we're, in lieu of talking about Stephen Miller, we're going to have to talk about me. Which I have mixed feelings about.
You've become the story.
I'm not the only one who has faced these kinds of lawsuits. This has just become their trick in the book. We don't want this discussion to go on. How do we stop it? We threaten people with lawsuits for billions of dollars. So instead of wilting, instead of acquiescing, the other night before last, my lawyers went into court and sued the First Lady. So it is now Michael Wolff versus Melania Trump. And what we are suing for, in New York State, there are a set of laws. They're called anti-slap laws, because this is what's called hers is the threat of a slap lawsuit. Suing me for defamation in a situation where there is patently no defamation, but suing so that I will shut up. So instead, in a turning of the tables, a jujitsu move about what someone in the White House said to me this morning, well, no one saw that coming. We have sued the First Lady, and we will. And the importance of that is that it gives me subpoena power. I can subpoena the First Lady, the president of her husband, the president, and anyone else who might shed light on the relationship of Donald Trump and Melania Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. In other words, this might be a way to actually get to the bottom of this story, to open the curtain, the dark curtain, and we'll see how they feel about that.
Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. So, Michael, what has the reaction been? I know this is the first time I think a First Lady has ever faced herself with being sued.
Well, there's a series of firsts here, which I think it's important to acknowledge. This is also the first time that a First Lady or a president has actually reached out to sue people in the press for defamation. That's never happened before, not least of all because according to the law, a president and a First Lady really cannot be defamed. They're public figures. They've put themselves out there. In the land of free speech, we ought to be able to say literally anything about them. So that's new, and that's effective. On their part, it's been incredibly effective. They sue the media, and the media goes quiet. So this is, again, apparently deeply unexpected to them, this turn of events, me suing them. And the response has been, I think, nothing less than incredible. An outpouring of support on my, I made a short Instagram video about this, constant incoming now. So, I think people suddenly say, oh my God, somebody's got to do it. In a sense, I would have preferred it would be someone else other than me, but
of course, because this is expensive and it's time consuming.
Comes the moment, comes the man who's surprised by the moment, which would be me.
And I'm going to refer people to your Instagram, Michael Wolff NYC, where there is all sorts of conversation about what happens next. In theory, how fast can you start deposing the First Lady and the President?
This is all new territory for me, so I'm not certain, and they will obviously put up roadblocks. So this is going to have to be. This is a needle to be thread, and let me just say also, this is going to be an expensive needle. And I'm going to have to reach out, and we're starting to GoFundMe and all that, in looking for support here. And the support is partly for me and what I'm going to have to shell out on this, but it is also it is also to provide the wherewithal to haul these people into court. They can't do this. This is, dare I say, America.
Well, it was America, and one's only got to look at the remarkable speed with which the East Wing is being demolished to see that this is the America we knew. Donald Trump has put his own people in over what would normally be the commission that would slow any process like this down, make sure they were hitting every historical mark, so nothing of import was destroyed. He said the building was going to be adjacent to the East Wing. He said at one point in July nothing was going to be destroyed. And in fact, they've taken bulldozers and jackhammers to the East Wing. And now they've hastily erected a fence so nobody can see what's actually going on. But it seems such a metaphor. And in fact, several people have commented on YouTube this morning and said, in fact, KL Rathhome says, I wonder if No King's Day would have been much larger if this demolition had been more visible before this latest march. What do you think?
I just want to say one thing that Trump in the White House says all the time to people. Whenever people say, well, that's going to be a problem and maybe we shouldn't go that far and maybe we can't really do that. What he always says is, we have the power, we should use it, which is a kind of a terrifying thing if you think about that. And it turns out, yes, if you're the president of the United States, you do have the power and you can use it, but you're not supposed to. So this idea that you're not supposed to do this is kind of a tenet of American democracy, and that has been falling. You're not supposed to tear down the White House. Can it be more obvious than that? You're not supposed to do it. The People's House.
Right, the People's House, and also Congress is supposed to stop you doing this, or at least put the brakes on until every I has been dotted and every T has been crossed. And we're in a remarkable time where it seems the only people that are working are the demolition people on the West Wing, and meanwhile we're still in a shutdown. I think it's day 23 we're recording this.
There is that. But I think that the broader point here is that Trump is looking for ways to marshal this power that he has, which again, that we might have been aware that the presidency has enormous powers, but that there was a built-in mechanism not only for other branches of government and other agencies and other people of conscience to restrain this power, but that we're in this totally unexpected moment in which the President of the United States is not only intent on using it, but willing in ways that no one ever imagined. Again, to tear down the White House, and let's be very, very clear about that. And I think one of the things that people are responding to is the pictures of that. It makes all the difference in a story, and in our business we know this. When there are pictures, you get to literally see this. I mean, there are no pictures of Trump on a daily basis tearing down democracy, but there are now literal pictures of the wrecking ball taken to the White House.
Well, the interesting thing is that Donald Trump is obviously an experienced construction person. He's been doing it all his life, and normally the first thing construction crews do is to build a fence around the area that they are deconstructing or demolishing, so that people don't see it, because it's often very unsightly. Here they didn't bother to do that. The pictures came out People were clearly very disturbed by them, and in fact, the fences only went up earlier this week. I'm wondering if that was a deliberate thing, that they wanted people to see it, to understand that Donald Trump is unafraid to wield power, even in the form of a jackhammer and a bulldozer, or if it was just a mistake. I'm told that people who had access to the scene were told they were not allowed to share photographs of it or any kind of video. But do you think he deliberately allowed people to see what was going on to flex his power, or do you think it was just an oversight?
There's another aspect of when you're in the real estate and construction business and you want to demolish something, especially in New York. It is important you want to demolish before you're allowed to demolish, or before the entire approval process is going through. Once you've demolished, it's demolished. That's you've changed the facts on the ground. And builders in New York do this all of the time. You do not want to give the opportunity to all of the various groups and commissions and citizens who might go to court and try to stop you. So you want the wrecking ball to get in there first. And I have a sneaking suspicion that's what happened. That's partly what happened here. There's no going back now. He has demolished it.
There's no going back. You can't restore it. He has demolished it. And of course, yet again, a metaphor that this is where Melania Trump, the First Lady, would normally have her office, except for the most part, she is nowhere to be seen around the White House. So Michael, you're taking a book out of Trump's advisor, Roy Cohn, by always going on the attack here and suing the First Lady. What are the first kind of documents you're going to be looking for them to produce? Or what kind of evidence are you expecting to find?
Yeah, please hit the like button. It's the last time I'm going to ask.
Is just to subpoena whoever might seem to be able to shed light on the relationship of Donald Trump and Melania Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. And I think we'll be looking to subpoena various Epstein documents, and that is another backdoor to getting to being able to begin to see materials from the so-called Epstein files. But mostly, I think it's going to be interesting. Donald Trump and this is an important point, which I think it's I've made before, but to keep making, that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were the closest of friends for nearly 15 years. Many of the conversations I had with Jeffrey Epstein were precisely about this, of Epstein talking about the real closeness, the intimacy of their relationship, involved in every aspect of each other's lives, social lives, sexual lives, business lives. Epstein would say, it's Epstein who said, we were the same person. I know the secrets. And again, to remind...
Epstein told Wolf that himself and Trump are the same. Do we... they are the same. And he had Melania before Trump. They have shared the same women. They're in the same business. Trump taught him the child trafficking part. He was introduced to that part of it by Trump.
Of friends for nearly 15 years. Many of the conversations I had with Jeffrey Epstein were precisely about this, of Epstein talking about the real closeness, the intimacy of their relationship, involved in every aspect of each other's lives, social lives, sexual lives, business lives. Epstein would say, it's Epstein who said, we were the same person. I know the secrets. And again, to remind everyone, and I've said this before, when Steve Bannon met Jeffrey Epstein, and I was standing there when this happened, the first thing Steve Bannon said, putting out his hand and shaking Jeffrey Epstein's hand, was, "You were the only person I was afraid of during the campaign, the 2016 campaign." Jeffrey Epstein knows the secrets. So I think this lawsuit is an opportunity to reconstruct their lives together. Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and then later Melania Trump would come along. This is precisely what Donald Trump wants covered up. So bring it on.
Woo! He said, hey, brain fart. Brain fart. AunTeaFee, you calling him a brain? Yeah, brain fart. They say something's going on up in his head, and he's just a hateful old man. Hateful and
my sound was too quiet even at 100%.
Yeah. He said, bring it on. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I'll be back later. Hit the like button on the way out. Diddy's release date is Diddy's official release date is May the 8th, 2028. He went in September 2024. Let me see. The 4-month difference is, as far as from May to September, is his good time, his good behavior, and whatever course or whatever he may take. But his release date is September 2028. It is my understanding that upon being sentenced, or was it the sentencing? Yeah, his attorneys registered him as a sex offender. His attorneys did his first registration to, I don't know to who, I guess to the judge. So yeah, 2028, get your white attire ready, all white fingernails. Remember, he liked white fingernails, all white, nicely dressed. The party is set for the weekend of May the 8th, 2028. That's when he will officially be released, and then he will walk into 5 years probation, supervised probation. So get your white party attire ready for 2028, summertime. Sing with me. Summer, summer, summertime.